Oh, hi there, YouTube. I didn't see you come in. It's me, Tyerker. I'm a professional trumpet player, music educator, and songwriter here in Illinois, and this is my reaction channel. These are my reactions. This next reaction is yet another uh, follower request. It's great. I've had 4 reaction videos. This makes 4, and 3 of them have been requests. I could not possibly ask for a better start to a reaction channel. They're getting so much input from my fans. Um, so, this song, Immortal Guardian, Roots Run Deep. This is a suggestion from Mike. Thank you, Mike. He, like Greg, is a bit of a metalhead, so I suppose we've got kind of hip hop, metal, metal. I'm just guessing. With a name like Immortal Guardian and a face like that, I'm guessing metal. So let's see what we've got. Here we go.
Our roots run deep, far beyond these walls, through our city streets. In all our lives, roots run deep. All the promises I'll forever keep. Roots run deep, run
All right. So this is certainly in the I'm going to assume this counts as power metal. It seems like power metal. Not the typical voice you hear. And it may be that he shoots up 2 octaves here in a second. That was a fairly powerful bass voice that we got there. I mean, this guy, check those cuticles, bro. Hands are going to be in a music video. You got him looking like that. Come on. Come on. This one's kind of messed up, but oh well. Black and Orange, Halloween. How's that? Also Space Jam. Ooh, Space Jam. That's my swag for today. Anyway, let's go back. Beautiful bass voice that he's starting with here, and then it just goes into some straight ahead power metal. I'm liking it so far.
in all our lives, roots run deep. All the promises I'll forever keep. Roots run deep, run deep.
Okay, hold on. This guy looks like he actually does that. Like he's actually tapping a lead guitar part with his left hand and playing a lead key line with his right hand at the same time. That's a level of coordination I haven't seen before. I have seen somebody, there's a guy in a band called Turquoise that plays the trumpet and keys at the same time. But trumpet you can effectively play with one hand. That was surprising to see that. I'll assume he does that live too, which is super impressive. If you can play this complexity of music, if you can just play bomb and hit 2 chords at the same time on those 2 instruments, that's something. But this guy's do 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 do, like that's impressive. right. All right. So I was kind of on track. He shot up the octave next time around. This sort of music, if you're not a fan, it can almost seem corny, cheesy, funny in a way. Um, but the talent involved in creating music like this, the vocal range, he's already displayed like a 2.5, 3 octave vocal range. I dare you to sit in front of a piano, hit a C, sing that C, hit the next C, sing that C, hit the next C, sing that C. 2 octaves is about the range of a normal voice. Some people can do three, four. Um, this guy is certainly that first chorus that he opened with is it's down there, and now he's up in the not the best sounding. It was the right note, I think, that he sang that note at some point. Um, this is going to make me sound like not well versed in power metal. Reminds me of Dragon Force, but it's not as chaotic as Dragon Force. It's not just as fast as we can go, as long as we can go. Um, yeah, so far I'm liking it. There's definitely talent involved. It's so much metal these days strives for complexity and strives for like rhythmic things that are hard to follow, really extreme tonalities and stuff like that. This isn't that. It's very listenable. For metal music, this is the most listenable type of metal I think there is power metal because they're singing and it tends to be more straightforward rhythmically and harmonically, so it's just kind of easier on the ear to follow compared to some of the like really hardcore technical sides of metal. Um, right back into it. But before that, in honor of all of the people who I know love this type of music, we've got ourselves a Coors Light. Second chorus, first lip. I'm not two lipping that. Don't worry. Because I'd probably throw up on the screen if I did. Here we go. Back to it. Two more things before we move on. First, let me find that guitarist. He's in here. That's pretty sick. He's got, it's reminiscent of a piano keyboard, but now that I've paused it, it's not a piano keyboard. On piano keyboards, you've got white keys all across, and then you have a set of 2 black keys, a set of 3 black keys, 2, 3, 2, 3. At first glance, that's what this looked like, but it looks like it's just highlights on the frets. I'm trying to sort out. I don't think that's any kind of scale because he's got 3 half steps in a row here, 3 half steps in a row here. Unless it's some weird Albanian diminished scale that I'm unfamiliar with. That's not outlining a scale. It's not highlighting the typical frets a guitar has highlighted. But it is reminiscent of a piano keyboard, and I think that's on purpose because that's the guy with the left-hand guitar and the right-hand piano. So there's certainly a reason for it. I just don't know what it is. But yeah, let's continue. This is the other thing right here. Listen for this last note of the chorus. It'll sound weird, right? Compared to everything we've been listening to, the last note of the chorus sounds a little odd. Pay attention. Now, I don't have perfect pitch. I have pretty decent pitch retention and relative pitch, but I do not have perfect pitch. It has the sound of something that's called a Picardy third. I don't know if anybody cares about this kind of stuff. When a song is in minor the whole time, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's sad. Minor is just a different sound. When something is minor the whole time, and then at the end, you've got a major chord instead. I should really have a MIDI keyboard. I'd be able to do all kinds of stuff, but it has a kind of jarring sound, but it's not like a negative jarring sound. It's different. It's almost uplifting in a way, because when you go from a minor to a major, what you're doing is you're taking the third scale degree of that chord. Let's say it's C, right? A C minor chord would have a C, an E flat, and a G. A C major chord has a C, E natural, and a G. That half step movement in the melody can have kind of a sense of lift, and that is the sort of jarring sound that you hear on the last note of this chorus. One more time, and then we'll continue on. Okay, new vocalist, even higher. That must be Ralph Sheepers. I guarantee it's pronounced Sheepers. Just because of that note that he hit, Ben, if by any chance you watch this lip is for you and that note. Okay, so he gets a turn at the chorus. I want to go back in this section. Now this, I do all this Picardy third and talking about this stuff. This harmonic movement that they're using here, I think I stopped at the right spot. I might be back a little farther. Yeah, somewhere around here. This harmonic movement they start using here is, I don't want to call it unique, but it's a sound you don't hear very often. The harmonic movements, if you were to look at just the names of the chords, they would seem to have very little to do with each other. But it's written in an advanced way, so if you listen to the melody continues to make sense, even though the chords aren't really connected to one another from a traditional music sense. They're connected, but it's like secondary connections. But the way that the melodic line is navigating between all those chords makes it very, very cool. I like it. Let's listen to that again, and then we will give Ralph, it's not Rolf, Ralph Sheepers, we'll give him a shot at the chorus.
Here
wasn't for the vocal melody there, those chord changes would be super jarring. It's a little bit chromatic, but the way that it all ties together and then comes back into something that makes sense to our ear, that's advanced songwriting stuff. That's very cool. Very cool. Let's keep going.
What have we become? Blood-born as enemies, yeah. Before the end, we must agree to disagree. Remember our times of unity. Our roots run deep, far beyond these walls, through our city street. In all our lives, roots run deep. All the promises were forever keep. Roots run deep, run deep.
Same note. Hold on, hold on. Okay, this guitar solo is sick. He's playing the same line on the keyboard and the guitar here. He starts doubling himself. Usually, when I see people do that, it's a guitar player, like a jazz guitarist, will play something and hum it to himself at the same time. He'll do do dee doo 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 da beep bo be da doo, that kind of thing. Maybe a piano player would do that. But to have two instruments with such different technique, the way you hammer on and the patterns that you have to hammer on your guitar versus the right hand technique of the piano, and having them line up like a duet, top notch musicianship from a lot of members of this band. This is cool stuff. Yeah, yeah, and ending all of those choruses with that. Now that I put it out there into the universe that it was a Picardy third, I'm doubting myself more and more. But that's the sound that I have in my head, is Picardy thirds. I've heard from classical music, things like that in the past. It's not strictly a classical technique. Can't think of any other great examples off the top of my head, but um, yeah, it's not a strictly classical technique, and it was yeah, I like that. That might be the first power metal song or band that I really enjoyed. That duet solo that the guitarist slash keyboardist did at the end was awesome. Both vocalists were awesome. Drummer was solid. I'm sorry if you play bass in a metal band. I don't know what to say about the bass player. He was fine too. He wasn't distractingly bad. Let's say that. Really cool band. Thank you, Mike, for the suggestion. And you know what I'm going to do? Because I liked that song, I'm going to like that video. Because I like that band and would be interested in more of what they're going to do, I'm going to click subscribe. If you liked this, if you like me, you should do the same things on this video. Thank you for watching another episode of Tyerker Reacts. I'll be back with another one. If you've got a request, leave it in the comments. Smash that like, smash that subscribe, leave a comment for the algorithm, all that YouTube stuff. Thanks for coming back. See you next time. Bye.